Hi students, welcome to our science class. Today we are going to start our new chapter and its name is Circulatory System. Now we can start our class by doing an activity. Please take your textbook, page number 101. There you can see an activity that you have to match the following. Match the following, and there you can see heart, lungs, 3 is bone, and the fourth one is stomach. So there you can see a table and there includes heart, lungs, bone and stomach. Now the thing is that you have to match what is the function of these parts that you have to do. You please want to pause the video and do this. After that, please rejoin the video and we will discuss the answers. I hope you completed your work. And what are the answers? What is the function of this heart? The function is to pump the blood. Pump the blood. So that is the function of heart. And what about these lungs? That is, the function is respiration. Respiration. Respiration is the function of our lungs. And what about the bones? We already studied about these bones and the answer is that it will support our body. Support our body. Support our body. And the last one is stomach, and the answer is the function of the stomach is to digestion of food. Digestion of food. This is a simple table that we are just explaining. There are different organs and each of the organ is having their own functions. So, now we are going to focus on the circulatory system. Now the question is, what is the circulatory system? Which are the things that is involved in the circulatory system? These are the things we are going to discuss in this chapter. So this is just an introduction. We already said that in our body there are having different organs and each organ is having their own functions. So now the thing is that for working each and every organ it needs food. It needs food, water and oxygen. That is, the proper functioning of every organ requires proper amount of food, water and oxygen. Then how this food, water and oxygen is getting to all the organs? How it is transferring from one organ to another? Who is just transferring this? The thing is done by the circulatory system. And now we can discuss what are the things there in a circulatory system. And not only that, this is the thing which is having certain advantages, or this is the important thing that the organs need. And when these organs are working, there is also producing certain waste materials. There is producing certain waste materials. And these waste materials are also transferring from one organ to another and they are just eliminating from our body. And that is also done by the circulatory system. Now, we can say the circulatory system as, the circulatory system is the system that can transfer the useful things and the harmful things in our body. And the useful things include water, oxygen and the digested food like things. That means that digested food water, oxygen, etc. are the useful things in our body. That means the organs need this to the proper functioning or working. And also we are saying that there is having certain waste materials. Which are that? They are the urea and carbon dioxide. These are the things that is produced in our body at our body functioning, and this is also we can take out using this circulatory system. Now the question is, what are the things that is involved in the circulatory system for a human body? We are talking about the human body, and which are the parts that is included in our circulatory system. Basically, we can say that there are three things in our circulatory system. We can look which are they. The first one is blood. The first one is blood. The second one is blood vessels. Blood vessels. And the third one is heart. So, these are the three things that involve or include in our circulatory system. That is blood, that is the first one. The second one is blood vessel, that is the second one. And the third one is heart. These are the three things that is included in circulatory system of human body. Now, the question is, what is this blood? Or how we can define this blood? What are the things that included in this blood? And next question is, what is this blood vessels? And what is this heart? And what are the functions of this heart? What are the different parts included in our heart? These are the things we are going to discuss. And we can say it generally as in simple words. We can say that this blood is simply a liquid that is flowing through. That means the blood is a simple fluid. I am just simply saying, and you have to study these all things very detailed. So, we can say this blood is a fluid that is flowing through certain network. Actually, they are flowing through certain network, and that network is called blood vessels. It is flowing through certain network, and that blood is pumping through this heart. That blood is pumping. Blood is pumping through this heart. So, this we can simply say the functions and the things in simple words. So, we can say it as the circulatory system which transfers both harmful and useful things using this blood, blood vessels and heart. And also you want to remember these blood vessels are just the network of certain tubes. It includes certain tubes and it is called blood vessels. Now we want to study blood in detail. We want to study this blood in detail. How we can define this blood? What is this blood? Blood is actually a fluid. It is a fluid. And what is the color of this fluid? It is red in color. We are talking about the human body, and the color of human body blood is red. And there is also having other organisms having different colored blood. So we are talking about human body, and blood is a red colored fluid. And for an average human or average human body, it's having 5 to 6 liters of blood. That is, a human body includes 5 to 6 liters of blood in its body. Now, the question is, what are the things that include in our blood? Actually, this blood is having certain liquid and it also has certain type of cells. So, this blood include a fluid, and that fluid is called plasma. That fluid is called plasma. That is, blood includes a fluid and it is called plasma. Now, I said that it includes certain types of cells. There are actually 3 types of cells in our blood. 3 types. The first one is RBC. RBC. This RBC is red blood cells. Then the second one is WBC. WBC. White blood cells. That is the second one. And the third one is platelets. So, in our blood, it includes certain type of fluid in it. That is called plasma. And also, it is having certain type of cells. Basically, there are 3 types of cells included in our human blood, and that is RBC, which is also called red blood cells, and also having WBC, and it is called white blood cells. And there is also a third type of cell called platelets. Platelets. We want to study these RBC, WBC and platelets in detail. We can look these 3. Before that, you can see here a diagram, and also in your textbook you can see the neat diagram there. So here the yellow colored portion, that is what the plasma, the fluid part of our blood. Actually, it's the fluid part, means the liquid. That is the plasma. The next is what? WBC. WBC is the white blood cells, and that we are denoted with this blue color. That is WBC. And also we can see RBC. That is the red colored one. We denoted here is RBCs, and also you can see certain white colored things are there. That is called platelets. So this is just a demonstration of these cells. We want to study this RBC in detail. What is this RBC? We already said that this RBC is the red blood cells. They are red blood cells. And it is in red color. It is in red color. Why it is in red color? It is in red color because it is having certain pigment that's giving red color. And that pigment is called hemoglobin. That pigment is called hemoglobin. So, in our red blood cells, there is having certain pigment, and that pigment is called hemoglobin, which give red color to the red blood cells. And now the question is, what is the function of this hemoglobin? The function of this hemoglobin is to carry the oxygen from our lungs and to other parts of our body. That means that we are taking in the oxygen, or generally we are taking in the air to our lungs through our nose. When this air is reaching in our lungs, then the thing is that this hemoglobin is collecting the oxygen from our air, and from there this hemoglobin is taking this oxygen to all other parts. All other parts needs oxygen to their proper functioning. So the hemoglobin is taking the oxygen from our lungs to all other parts of our body. So the function of hemoglobin is that. And also there is one other thing, that this hemoglobin is also taking carbon dioxide from other parts of our body to our lungs. That means that we are taking in air and we are giving out carbon dioxide. So that carbon dioxide which is made from our other parts of the body, generally from when the food is getting digested, they are producing carbon dioxide by the cells, and this carbon dioxide is collected by this hemoglobin, and then it reaches to our lungs, and that's how we are just giving out carbon dioxide. So about this RBC, you have to remember RBC is red blood cells and it is in red color, and that red color is given from a pigment called hemoglobin, and the function of hemoglobin is to collect the oxygen from lungs to all other parts of our body. And now the question is, what is the shape of this RBC? RBC in the shape of disc. That is, this RBC in disc shape, and it is very small in size. It is very small in size. So this is all about the RBC. Now we can talk about WBC. So what is this WBC? WBC is the white blood cells. So WBC is the white blood cells, and this is not in red color. They are actually colorless. These white blood cells are colorless. So that's why this WBC have no hemoglobin. So it is colorless, and we said that the RBC are in disc shape. But this WBC is irregular in shape, which means it is having no proper shape. It is irregular in shape. They are irregular in shape. And now the point is that for this WBC, it is very few in number. They are few in number. That means we are just comparing with the RBC. RBC in many in number. We can see RBC in lot of number, and about this RBC they are very few in number. But the difference is that this WBC is very big in size rather than RBC. It is very big in size, which means that it is comparatively bigger than RBC. And now the question is, what is the function of this WBC? The function of WBC is that actually the immunity. That means when certain germs are just entering to our body, this WBC will attack the germs, and this WBC is protecting our body from other diseases. So the function of WBC is to fight against the germs. This immunity means fight against the germs. The function of this WBC is to fight against the germs that is just entering to our body externally, and this WBC will protect our body from diseases. So this is the function of our WBC. Now we want to study about the platelets. That is the last topic in this area. Platelets. So what is this platelets? This platelets is also colorless. They are colorless, round, tiny fragments of cell. So these platelets are colorless, round, tiny fragments of cell. Tiny fragments means small pieces of cells. That is the tiny fragments of cells. Now the question is, what is the function of these platelets? The function is that when a person is getting injured, you can see that the blood is coming out, and after some time the blood will get clot. That means there you can see a dark red clot. How this dark red clot is coming? That is because the platelets are doing that function, and the function of platelets is to clot the blood. The function of platelets is to clot the blood, or you can say it as clotting the blood. Clotting the blood. So the function of platelets platelets is to clotting the blood, and if there is no such platelets, what will happen? The blood will continuously lose from our body, and then we will die because of the loss of blood. So when we are getting wound, the platelets are acting and the blood is getting clotted, and we are just protecting from the loss from our blood. So this is the function of the platelets, and you want to remember it is colorless, round and tiny fragments of cell. And also in your textbook you can see a diagram. You please want to identify which are the plasma, platelets, WBC and RBC. So these are all about our today's topic, and we discussed about what is blood and what are the things included in our blood. We discussed that blood is a fluid and it is having certain liquid called what? It is plasma. And there includes certain types of cells. Actually there are 3 types of cells. The first one is RBC, red blood cells. The second one is WBC, that is white blood cells, and the third one is platelets. And we studied it in detail. You please want to read your textbook 3-4 times, and we will meet in our next class. Thank you.